when you come to buy a new camera, you're looking for different things with it. You're looking for a crop frame, or you're looking for a full frame, or if you've got quite a bit of money, you're looking for a medium format. But it comes down to the job you want the camera to do. Now, I've been a Nikon shooter for more than 12 years. Pre-D800, then D800, D850, Nikon Z6 II, Nikon Z7 II. I've moved them on and I've bought the next incarnation each time. And I've loved the cameras, absolutely loved them. Provided me with phenomenally sharp images. Nothing was wrong with the system at all. But it came to the time recently, over the last few months there, where running alongside that, I bought the X-T3, and I'll put a video up just so that you can see about that video if you haven't already seen it. I bought the X-T3 and I was really drawn to that camera. And then I sold that and I bought the Nikon Z6 II. So that I was only running with one system. Price was there, the cost was there, I could swap lenses, everything like that. Then I bought the X-T4 when that came out. And then 2 months later, the X-T5 came out. So I sold the X-T4 and I bought the X-T5. That's like a Monty Python sketch, if you're aware who they are. And I bought that. And I've been using that ever since. And more the Z7 II was getting used less and less. So I decided to part ways with the Nikon system. And it's not a big thing in any way at all. I just thought I'd make a wee video about it because it's down to what your personal choice in photography is and what you need from your photography. Now, as I say, the Nikon system, phenomenal. Full frame sensor, the lenses are brilliant. Everything about it's brilliant. I can't say enough about it. And for my photography, it did the job. It did everything I needed to do. And I couldn't, as a photographer, I couldn't get out of the camera and the lenses the best because I'm still not there yet. I got some great images, or images that I considered great anyway, but I was doing the same with the Fuji system. I was getting images out of that I was more than happy with, and I think they're great images as well. That's just my opinion, but I think they're great images as well. So it was lighter, it was more pocketable. Was able to keep it in a smaller camera bag, do the big long hikes just the same. But the weight wasn't there, and it kind of got me to the decision where, do I actually need the Z7 II? So, as I say, in the last month or so there, I decided, no, I don't need it anymore. So I've now parted ways with the Z7 II. That doesn't mean I'll never go back to it. But at the moment, I don't need it for my photography. I'm very, very happy with the X-T5, which admittedly I don't have at the moment. I'm actually shooting this in the XH2, which Fuji have very kindly loaned me to try. And that's a great camera as well. I'm actually wishing they hadn't loaned me to try it, to be honest. So I'll do a review on that in the next couple of weeks anyway. But it is a big thing to do, to make the decision to decide, okay, I'm moving from Canon to Nikon to Sony and everything. But the one thing that you've got to think of is, does it suit you? Does it suit your photography? Does the camera provide everything you need? And now the Nikon for me provided everything I needed. But I didn't need the Nikon. I was always drawn more since I got the X-T5, the X-T3, to be honest. I was using the Fuji system more and more. I love the colours. I love everything about it. I love the aesthetics of it as well. And I know Nikon have just released the FX 26 megapixel full frame, and that looks gorgeous. But at the same time, I'm not going to be drawn back and get that, and it really does. I'd love to try it just to see what it's like, but I'm not going to be drawn back because now I've streamlined my system. I've got a lighter system. I also have lenses that are, to be honest, less expensive, and they still produce, if I can do it, they still can produce great quality images. And these days anyway, I hardly print anything now. There are a few things coming up that I'm printing, but I hardly print anything now larger than A2, to be honest. And that's it. And I can print that quite comfortably with a 40 megapixel sensor, as long as I do my job right and I get the image as sharp as I want it, or I create the image that I want to create with it. So it was a big decision to make, to be honest, but it's not a life-changing decision in any way at all. I just thought I'd make a video about it, just if anybody's thinking about changing their system. If the camera that you're currently using meets your needs, great, keep it. If the camera that you're currently using meets your needs, but something else has caught your eye, and that will meet your needs, plus give you more creative inspiration when you're using it, use that as well. Try it. If you like it, buy it, move your other system on. Someone else will find something in that system that you've moved on, and that'll give them the opportunity to try different things out. So it's a kind of my way of thinking of things. I don't hang on to gear. I really don't hang on to gear. If it served its purpose with me and it's time to move on from it, I'll move on from it. And I'm quite happy to do that. I'm very, very happy with my Fuji system. I absolutely love the GFX system, but I can't afford it. Unfortunately, I can't afford it, because if I could, I would have a medium format. That's basically what the video is about. Just me moving on and the reasons that I moved on from it. And it's probably going to be of no value to you whatsoever, but I needed to get it out of my system for that. So my photography moving forward is going to be in a small camera bag like this. This is the Navin, the f-stop Navin. I've got to admit my zips burst in it, so I'll have to get a new one of these at some point. And zips just went there. But I've had this I had this since it came out, actually. I bought it when it came out, so it's done me well. So now I can fit my X-T5 in there, and I can fit a couple of lenses in there. And if I'm taking the tripod with me, I can carry the tripod. At the same time, if I want to take more lenses than I need, I can fit it into one of the camera bags, put the tripod in, put the drone and all the vlogging gear. Because that's one thing that I've noticed recently, and you've probably noticed this as well, that the channel, from originally being vlogging and out in location and landscape, there's hardly any of that. And that, I've got to admit, is to do with time of year and extenuating circumstances, to be honest, that were out of my control. I'm looking forward to getting back in to the landscape, shall we say, or back out into nature and shooting stuff that I really, really enjoy as well. And saying that, swapping gear, the other thing that I've moved from as well is I've moved away from Google Pixel, the 6 Pro, and I've now moved to the iPhone 15 because I want to cut down the vlogging system as well. I can film in the X-T5, or at the moment I'm filming the XH2, but I can film in the X-T5, but I also want to be able to film and vlog and make the entire vlogging experience for me easier, which in turn hopefully will give you more value for the videos. But there's probably not going to be any value in this video at all, except for me saying, if you want another system, try it. If it meets your needs, buy it. That's it. It's as simple as that. If you've got the funds for it. And there's many places you can buy second-hand gear and everything, so I would look around. Most of my cameras, up until I bought the D850, that was my first brand new purchase. Then after that, because I only had the cameras for a wee while beyond that, I could sell them on, add a few bucks to it, and get the next system whenever I wanted the next system. Thought I'd knock my light over there. I'm checking out how the iPhone 15 does. I've got a couple of videos coming up with the iPhone 15. I tried it for landscape photography, and it was really, really good. And I tried it with, there's an app called Reflex, and I've tried it with that app as well. It ended up trying that for a couple of days and ended up buying it. It's such a good app for all different types of photography. So I'm going to be doing a video on that. Not a review, just a video on the app. More review videos coming up, yes, but they're going to be tailored more towards Fuji now, to be totally honest with you. A couple of things coming up, tripods and that, just for weather, for winter, should I say. So the channel's changing, and that's what I like. It is changing. It's changing for gear reviews. You can see more and more of them now. Landscape photography, editing, different types of photography. I'm enjoying that because that's what I get out of my photography. I get the creative side out of my photography. I'm not stuck or pigeonholed into a certain genre. My favourite is landscape. I'm not going to deny that to myself at all. And I love being out in nature, and I love making videos out in nature actually, because I love the challenges of it, whether that's weather or different things with it. Embarrassment of talking to a camera when there's people walking past, things like that. I enjoy that though. Brings me out of my comfort zone. So that's where I'm sitting at the moment, or right now. I'm sitting here at the moment, but that's where I stand at the moment. I'm now totally and utterly Fuji because it does what I need it to do. So hopefully you'll continue to stay with the channel. I'll be back out. It's getting into winter. I've totally and utterly missed autumn, just with different things going on. But hopefully you'll stick with me and we'll get back out into all weathers. Once I get the iPhone up and running for vlogging, got a couple of wee rigs that I'm going to have a look at to see if they would suit this for me. And then we'll get back out. I've got a video coming up next week again. It's a gear review and it's an editing review, which if you really enjoy your editing, you may be interested in this. It's not a piece of software, it's a piece of gear that helps with editing. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me babbling on about swapping systems. That's it, because that's basically what this video is. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the Fuji system. I'm really enjoying the Fuji system. Full frame to crop frame, no regrets whatsoever. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.